Hey guys, Coach Kevin here again, and I'm happy to be with you. You know, we're talking all month long about money. And I like money as much as the other person, right? We just wish we had more of it in our wallet at the end of the month. Back in the 2000s, I was a bankruptcy counselor for a couple years where I brought people through bankruptcy. The beginning stages, and then whenever they completed bankruptcy, we did some bankruptcy counseling. I worked for one of the largest nonprofits in the nation in that sector. And then that transitioned into me wanting to become a financial advisor, which I did. Back in 2007 and 2008, I started that journey. As I was getting into that journey, the market completely crashed, and I worked for one of the largest financial firms in the nation. It was a great experience, but it was humbling as well because I was doing things on a daily basis, asking people to invest money, and the market seemed to be crashing every single day. So I have a passion to help people, but I wasn't always on top of what you call the financial world. There were many years that I wasn't. And so today I want to take time to share with you 5 mistakes that I have made. The first thing was, about 17 years ago, I really wanted to marry this girl. And so I didn't have a ring though, and most girls, whenever you get married, they want a ring. And so I went down to the store and I was gonna buy a diamond ring, and they said, have you considered getting it on credit? I really didn't have any money. I was a college kid. So I put the ring on credit. Well, that was a huge mistake because that kind of snowballed, and 5-6 months later when I went to plan the honeymoon, guess what I put on a credit card as well? You guessed it. I put the whole honeymoon on a credit card. Now, did we go and have a good time? Yes. But was there a nagging feeling in the back of my head saying, hey dude, you're going to have to pay this? Yes. And so that was my first mistake with money. And sometimes you don't know what you don't know. Have you ever been in that space on a particular subject? You just don't know what you don't know. I find myself in that very often. And in the area of money, whenever I was young, I didn't know these things. So that was the first mistake. The second mistake I made was not living on a budget. Not living on a budget. Now, a lot of people don't like budgets, and nor do I. But what I do like is I like spending money, right? Most people like spending money. So I call it my spending plan. My plan before the month begins of what I'm going to spend. Now, for years, I didn't have one. I'm like, I don't know where my money goes. I just hope that the 30th or the 31st or the 28th, whenever the last day of the month is, I hope I have some money. To get me to the next month, or paycheck to paycheck. I hope I have a paycheck coming in. Now, a lot of people are like that, and I was like that as well. I didn't live on a budget, and therefore, you know, I lived in debt. I wasn't getting out of debt. You know, I might have a credit card with a $1,000 limit, and it was maxed out, but the credit card company only wants you to pay $25 or $35 a month, or maybe $50 a month. Well, I can afford that, but the finance charge and stuff, man, it takes a long time to get out of debt. And so I was just living with that, under that weight, constantly, day in and day out. So that is the second mistake that I made. The third mistake I make was getting into an MLM. Have you ever been in one of those where they come to you and they say, hey, if you get in, this is the compensation plan and these are the products, and it's a great product and a great company. And 9 times out of 10, that's exactly the case. It is a great company. The products do work. The compensation plan is incredible. But you need to take the steps necessary to develop yourself. And at that time in life, I wasn't there. I wasn't taking those steps to become a better person. And so my involvement with the MLM tanked. Not because of the product or not because of the compensation plan, but because of me. And you know, one of those things of growing up is taking personal responsibility. And I will take full personal responsibility for that. along those lines of getting into MLM, back in the early 2000s, the stock market was going up. So, I wanted to get in on that ride. And so I paid thousands of dollars of stupid tax to do short-term trading and swing trading and all of this. I made those mistakes. I got killed. And not only on that portion, but on the education that I got. Now, was I a better person as a result? The jury's still out on that. Did I learn a lot about myself? Yes, absolutely. But it was the cost of tens of thousands of dollars of stupid tax that I had issues with and I had a problem with. So, the first thing is putting a honeymoon on a credit card. The second thing is living with debt. The third thing was me getting an MLM. And the fourth thing is buying a timeshare. So I was with my friend and we were in Florida and we wanted to go to this restaurant. And we found out that if you sat through a 90-minute sales presentation, they would give you tickets to go to this restaurant and eat. And so we said, hey, that's a great deal. And so we sat down, and the time came for us to say yes or no. And so we said yes, and we have lived to regret it every day since. Every year we pay a maintenance fee, and I'm like, man, this hurts so much. And there's really nothing you can do about it. So buying a timeshare is my fourth you're stupid moment whenever it comes to money. And then the fifth thing is debt consolidation. I thought I was going to be one of those heroes where I was going to take all my credit cards and loans, and I was going to take my student loans and everything, and I was going to put them all on a credit card, and I was going to pay it off because I wanted one low monthly fee. Well, what I did is I did all that. And then I realized, oh my gosh, my credit card has a very high percentage. My student loans, not so much. And so I traded percentage rates. I still had to pay it off, but I traded percentage rates. And it was one of the most stupid things I have done with money. And so I'm sorry to say, but I am not perfect whenever it comes to this subject. I have made loads of mistakes, but I don't want you to. One of the first things of getting help is realizing that you need help, right? And so for me, I said, I need help. And so I put a spending plan together, and I started living by that spending plan every single month. And we dug ourselves out of that ginormous hole called debt. And about 3.5, 4 years ago, I could say with assurance that I am debt free. I am so happy to be debt free. I don't ever plan on going back into debt. I want you to learn from my mistakes. Please don't get the debt consolidation loan. Please don't buy a timeshare. Please don't put your honeymoon on a credit card because it will come back and you'll have to come back and pay it off. Don't make the mistakes that I have made. I want to encourage you to be smart with money. Well, that's all the time I have for you right now. You can go to my website, thehollemansgroup.com, thehollemansgroup.com, or my new site that's being developed. It hasn't quite launched yet, called lifecoachwf.com, lifecoachwf.com, and we'll talk to you next week. You guys have a wonderful week. God bless.